Let's please not go back in time. The last sentence of this excerpt says, in response, Catholics repeatedly objected to the distinctly Protestant observances in local schools. School board meetings are school events, and those rules are different from the rules for legislative bodies. But even if Chair Joyce's claim that the school board meeting should fall under the rules of Grease v. Galloway is true, then Duval County Public Schools would need to have a neutral policy to allow everyone to offer an invocation, not just hand-picked clergy from Chair Joyce's religion. Here's a few excerpts from an article about that Supreme Court case. The Supreme Court pointed out that chaplains of various religions delivered the prayers. The town at no point excluded or denied an opportunity to a would-be prayer giver. Its leaders maintained that a minister or layperson of any persuasion, including an atheist, could give an invocation. What this candidate for school board is saying is not true. The Supreme Court did not say it was okay for a government to endorse a religion. It did not say that a government official could invite clergy from their religion to give invocations at government meetings to the exclusion of all other faiths.
District has always put parents in the driver's seat when it comes to their kids' education and the books that they have access to. We've already done a great job with transparency and making easily accessible forms to opt your child out of any book that you do not want them to have access to because you have personal umbrage with it.
Will the book banning policy that the DCPS board voted on March 3rd ban books by victims of sexual assault? I don't think any of us want pornography in our schools, but what about books that help people have the strength to speak out against sexual abuse? As we're learning more about what Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell did, we wonder why the rich and powerful turned a blind eye and seem to be actively covering up the crimes committed by sex traffickers and sexual abusers. I continue to be concerned that some of the Moms for Liberty endorsed school board members supported Trump in spite of his grab him by the pussy comment and evidence that he sexually assaulted a woman in a dressing room. Do those board members want to silence victims of sexual assault by banning their books?
You read somebody's narrative, and even if it didn't happen to you, it gives you the strength to speak out when you see something. And I just worry that this kind of ban will silence the voice of victims.
Difficult topics, they are not appropriate for all ages, and our trained librarians and media specialists know this and enforce that already. I trust our librarians and I trust our opt-out process. Free societies read freely.
We now have documented evidence that this crusade is expanding, and Mr. Friedman in Clay County is working in cahoots with Mr. Harper here to export these same tactics here. This is not a grassroots parent movement. It is a systematic extremist effort to dictate what every family in 2 counties are allowed to read, because you have not reassured any of us that you're not going to let one man in here with his pitchfork pull thousands of titles from our shelves to review like his Clay County mentor. Please consider this when you start this new process, and know that this is happening close to home, and we don't want it to happen here. Thank you.
I do realize that when Tallahassee says jump, our district has to say how high. I mean, just look at the handcuffs that we have wrapped around our wrists with the charter situation. So I can empathize with the work that has to be done here, trying to ensure that our policies are in compliance. However, I want to echo what Ms. Scherer just said. It has to be pointed out that what's happening right now is our local extremist, who I'm surprised isn't here, colluding with a Clay County extremist. That this policy is already on the books, and District 2 will need a nominee. I'm again saying I'd love to be considered.